The clock strikes midnight, and you're awake, staring at the ceiling. A dull ache gnaws at your lower abdomen, a pressure you can't ignore. You shift, trying to get comfortable, but it's there, a reminder that something's not right. You've noticed it before. The frequent trips to the bathroom, the hesitation, the burning that comes and goes. You tell yourself it's just aging, just something men deal with. But deep down, a whisper grows louder, sharper, like a secret you weren't supposed to hear. What if it's your prostate? What if it's enlarged, inflamed, or worse, something cancerous? The world tells you to shrug it off, to tough it out, but that silence is a trap. Tonight, I'm ripping open the truth about prostate health, enlargement, prostatitis, cancer, the things they don't want you to know, the things that could save your life. Step into this with me. It's time to face what's been hidden. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and drop a comment below. Your story matters, and together, we're breaking through the silence. You've felt it, haven't you? That nagging discomfort, the urgency to urinate that wakes you up 3-4 times a night. Maybe it's a weak stream, or pain that lingers after. You brush it off as getting old, but that's the first lie they fed you. Prostate issues, enlargement, prostatitis, even the shadow of cancer, aren't just part of aging. They're signals, and your body is screaming for you to listen. Let's start with the basics they don't tell you. Your prostate, that walnut-sized gland below your bladder, controls urine flow and sexual function. By age 50, over half of men have an enlarged prostate, benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. It squeezes the urethra, making urination a struggle. Prostatitis, inflammation that can strike younger or older, brings burning, pain, and fatigue. And prostate cancer. It's the second most common cancer in men, with 1 in 8 facing it in their lifetime. These aren't just men's issues, they're life-altering conditions. But here's the secret they bury: you're not powerless. You can act now to protect yourself. Diet is your first weapon. Processed foods, red meat, and dairy fuel inflammation and prostate growth. A 2019 study linked high dairy consumption to a 25% increased risk of prostate cancer. Swap it for plants, broccoli, tomatoes, and berries. Lycopene in tomatoes reduces cancer risk by up to 20%, per research. Movement matters too. Sitting all day, your desk job, your couch, stagnates blood flow to your pelvis, worsening prostate issues. 30 minutes of brisk walking, 5 days a week, boosts circulation and cuts BPH risk by 15%, studies show. And wait, every extra pound presses on your prostate, literally and figuratively. Losing 10% of your body weight can shrink an enlarged prostate and ease symptoms. The system doesn't shout this from the rooftops. Why? Because healthy men don't fill prescription pads or hospital beds. They want you passive, not powerful. But you're waking up now. You're starting to see the game, aren't you? Let's go deeper. Inflammation is the hidden fire behind prostate problems, and they don't want you to know how to put it out. Prostatitis, whether bacterial or not, is often triggered by chronic inflammation, fueled by stress, poor diet, even environmental toxins. BPH and cancer thrive in this fire too. A 2020 study found that men with high inflammation markers had a 30% higher risk of prostate issues. But you can fight back. Omega-3s in fatty fish like salmon or walnuts douse inflammation. Research shows they lower prostate cancer risk by 17%. Turmeric, with its curcumin, is another ally. It blocks inflammatory pathways linked to cancer growth. But it's not just food. Toxins are everywhere. Pesticides in your produce, chemicals in plastics, even air pollution. A 2021 study tied long-term exposure to air pollutants to a 20% higher risk of prostate cancer. Filter your water, choose organic when you can, ditch plastic containers for glass. And stress. God, stress is a silent killer. Cortisol, the stress hormone, fuels inflammation and weakens your body's defenses. 10 minutes of deep breathing or meditation daily can cut cortisol levels, per a 2018 study, protecting your prostate and your peace. The world doesn't make this easy. Fast food giants, chemical companies, a culture that glorifies hustle, they profit when you're inflamed, distracted, sick. They don't want you to know that simple changes, choices you can make today, could rewrite your future. You're not a victim. You're a warrior, and the battle starts with what you put in your body and how you live your life. Now, let's talk screening, because this is where the truth gets raw. Prostate cancer is a stealth predator. It can grow for years without symptoms. By the time you feel pain or see blood, it's often advanced. The secret: they don't scream loud enough. Early detection saves lives. The PSA test, prostate-specific antigen, measures a protein in your blood. High levels can flag cancer, BPH, or prostatitis. But here's the catch: the system downplays it. They call it controversial because false positives can lead to stress or unnecessary procedures. But a 2022 study showed PSA screening cuts prostate cancer deaths by 20%. Men over 50, especially with a family history or African ancestry, need to test yearly. Combine it with a digital rectal exam. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but it's a 30-second moment that could give you decades. The system doesn't push this because it's cheaper to treat late-stage disease than to empower you early. And doctors? They're rushed, overworked, often glossing over prevention for quick fixes. You have to demand answers. Ask your doctor, what's my PSA trend? Should I see a urologist? Don't wait for symptoms. And here's another secret: your lifestyle amplifies screening's power. A 2019 study found that men who ate well and exercised had lower PSA levels, even with early prostate issues. Screening isn't just a test, it's a map. But the world wants you lost, scared, uninformed, waiting for a diagnosis. You're not waiting. You're acting. Share your story in the comments. What's one step you're taking to protect your health? Your voice could inspire another man to act. Let's pull back another layer. Your hormones are a hidden player, and they don't want you to know how much they matter. Testosterone and its byproduct, DHT, can fuel prostate growth. As you age, hormonal shifts tip the balance, enlarging your prostate or feeding cancer cells. But you're not a slave to biology. Diet, exercise, and stress management regulate hormones naturally. Zinc, found in pumpkin seeds or oysters, keeps testosterone in check. Studies show it reduces BPH symptoms by 15%. Saw palmetto, an herbal remedy, blocks DHT and eases urinary issues, backed by 2020 research. But Big Pharma doesn't advertise this. Why? There's no profit in pumpkin seeds. They push drugs like finasteride, which can shrink your prostate but come with side effects: fatigue, libido loss. A 2021 study showed 30% of men on these drugs report sexual dysfunction. Natural options aren't perfect, but they're less invasive, less profitable for the system. And sleep. Your hormones crave it. Poor sleep disrupts testosterone balance, worsening prostate health. 7 to 8 hours nightly, non-negotiable, boosts your body's repair systems. The world doesn't want you to know this because a rested, balanced man asks questions. He demands better than pills and procedures. You're starting to see the pattern, right? This isn't just about your prostate, it's about a system that thrives when you're unaware. This is the final truth, the one they've buried deepest. Your prostate health is a battle you're already fighting, whether you know it or not. Every choice, every meal, every walk, every doctor's visit, is a weapon. The world wants you to believe that enlargement, prostatitis, or cancer are inevitable, that you're a passenger in your own body. That's the lie. You're the driver. Science proves it. Men who eat plants, move daily, manage stress, and screen early live longer, healthier lives. A 2023 study showed lifestyle changes cut prostate cancer risk by 25%. You're not just preventing disease, you're reclaiming your strength, your vitality, your life. Start today. Swap one burger for a salad. Walk 10 minutes after dinner. Book that doctor's appointment. These aren't small steps, they're acts of defiance against a system that profits from your silence. Share this video with a friend who needs to hear it. Comment below with one change you're making today, because when you act, you inspire others. This isn't just about your prostate, it's about waking up to the man you were always meant to be. You're not alone. I'm with you, and so are millions of others breaking free. Let's fight this. Let's win.